Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So today is the day. Today is the day that I finally start working on and trying to fix the VIPER. Alright, so step number one is getting the VIPER lifted up. So I'm gonna get my low profile jacks over here and the new jack stands that I have, and we'll see if we can get this thing off the ground. For now, I'm going to disconnect the battery tender, get that out of the way. And now I'm going to carefully close the hood. And if this is all I get done today, I'll be even pretty happy with that. So driver's side is up. Now time for passenger side. Alright, so I'm going to do the rock test very gently at first. That feels pretty freaking solid to me. I'm going to do the back really quick too. Yeah, there you go, you guys. That seems really solid to me. Whew. Okay, you guys, VIPER's all jacked up. It's on the jack stands. I might try to get it a little higher off the ground, but I think we're good to go. Take my little creeper thing over there and carefully roll myself under the car. See what I can see. So let's go. Here's my new creeper. Let's go see what I can see. Alright, so we got the drive shaft here, differential here, got the drain plug here for the differential. For the most part, looks pretty good and clean under here. Alright, so we got differential connection there, here of course, and then here. Let's see if we can start taking this thing out. I'm trying to get this thing open so I can drain it. Oh god, that is really friggin' tight. Damn, you guys, that is incredibly, insanely tight. It's a few days later. As you saw in the footage, I could not get that drain plug off for the life of me. At this point, I think I'm just going to say screw the drain plug or the fill plug, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to focus and concentrate on getting the differential out at this point, and then I'll worry about the plug later. Here we go. We are on the, or underneath the left half shaft. We've got to undo these bolts right here. And it's not budging. Rust in my face. I got the first one out, on to the second. Alright, second bolt is out, and this guy comes off. Putting him in my bin of parts over here for the left half shaft. Working on the third bolt now. Alright, third bolt is out. On to the fourth. Alright, and the number 4 bolt and clip just came off. Into the parts bucket bin thing it goes. So now we've got to get the half shaft here disconnected from the differential. Look at that, you guys. It is finally coming undone. Now that is disconnected, as I'm hoping you guys can see. I marked where the U-joint goes up against the differential clamp, as well as the straps. Now onto this side, same process all over again. Marking these with a paint pen so I can put everything back together just the way it was. Bolt number 1 is out. bolt number 2 and strap number 1 is now off. All right, we got number 3 moving now. Bolt number 3 is out. Now for the last one, the 4th one, which I'm afraid is going to be the hardest because it looks like the edges have been rounded off. Yeah, that's not good. Damn it. This last bolt on this half shaft here is just being a huge pain. It's just not budging. So I'm taking it up to the next step here. Smells great. Yes, I finally got it off. I had to somewhat half destroy it, but if you want to make an omelet, you gotta break some eggs.
You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Now it's a case of trying to get these universal joints apart. And there we go. Cap's coming off. Well, all the needle bearings look good. Put that back on. Okay, now, finally, on to... Alright, so it's the same deal here. Getting these 4 bolts undone and out. I think we got the first one loose. Alright, bolt number 1 out. Bolt number 2 out. And bracket number 1. Alright, you guys, before I get too much further along with bolt number 3 and number 4, I'm going to use this guy right here to help prop up and hold the primary drive shaft, just so that it doesn't fall down and damage or break itself when I get this last strap off. So putting that in there, it actually fits quite nice, and hopefully it'll hold this thing up just enough so that it doesn't fall. Alright, on to bolt number 3. Bolt number 3 is out. Okay. Bolt number 4. Bolt number 4 and strap number 2 on the primary drive shaft are now off. Made more progress in the last 5 minutes than I have in the last 5 days. So now we gotta get this separated from this. So let me get my mallet over here from my pile of tools that's been accumulating every day I've run into a new issue. Ooh yeah, there we go. Awesome. So now I've got these 2 bolts, which are pretty major ones to undo. Good news, we got them both moving. I just discovered that those nuts are moving with the bolts, so I gotta somehow lock those down. Alright, I locked it up top with another wrench. Nut is off, and bolt is slowly coming out. Big bolt number 1 is out. Now on to big bolt number 2. Big bolt number 2 is out. Now we've got this cross member on the right and this cross member on the left. Nut on the left cross member is off. Now I gotta get the actual bolt out. Oh my god, okay. Whew. Left cross member bolt is now out. The whole thing wants to start slouching down, so I'm trying to prop it up here. Switching over to the other side. Nut is off. That bolt is out, and this differential is now completely disconnected from the car. Now it's just a case of muscling it out of here, which I also think is going to be somewhat of a challenge. Really don't want to get my face smashed here, so I'm trying to be very careful. Okay, yeah. Alright, you guys, the differential is finally out. This took me several days. I think it almost took me 2 weeks to fully complete. But I will say that that wasn't like constant work on it, obviously. I think that's probably needless to say, but this was spread out over those days because I'd have like 5 minutes here and then like an hour there, and then I'd be gone for a day or two, and then I'd have to come back and then kind of jump into it again and remember where I left off. It was really a case of just kind of fitting this in where it could fit in. I wish I could have just dedicated the time, and I probably could have had it done in one day, but I just didn't have that much time to be flexible with. So all in all, the process for me took almost 2 weeks of sort of working on it in my spare time. And then, and my phone just went off. And the biggest issue was frozen bolts and bolts that would just not come out easily at all. The one that you saw me cut, that's still stuck in here. And so I'm gonna have to still get it out of here and then get a replacement bolt and so on and so forth. First challenge I ran into was the drain plug would also not budge. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Now we are on to part 2. Part 2 is gonna consist of trying to get the drain plug out, draining it, eventually taking the back off. I'm sorry this has taken this long. I'm sorry I couldn't get this video posted sooner, but life, you know, just there's always something going on. On that note, I think I'm gonna get going. I got more stuff to do, more errands to run. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon.